What's good, YouTube? It's your girl T Simone, and I'm back with another video. I know I've been gone for a while, man. You know, I've been sickly. You know, just trying to get better so I can do the things that I love. Look at that copping out on my car. But just doing the things that I love, and I miss doing all of that stuff because I've been sick for like the past 2 to 3 weeks, and I think what it is, when I'm around people that's sick, I just end up getting sick within like a day or two apart from just being around them. And I know y'all can hear it in my voice. My voice been kind of deep, hoarse, and that's from all of the coughing and stuff I've been doing. For the past 2 weeks, I've been in and out of the hospital, and when you're dealing with things and you don't know what's the cause of it, or they can't find the cause of it. I've been to three different hospitals, y'all. I've been to 3 different hospitals, and only one hospital could tell me what was really going on. Now, going to the first hospital, I went with shortness of breath. It was a scary moment, It was a scary moment for me when I went, and they checking my vitals and thing, gave me IV, took my blood and all that kind of stuff, and hooked me up to the machine. When I went, I had a low-grade fever the first time at Conway, which was 100.3. And you would think when you tell people that that you're shortness of breath, they would just take you to the back. But if down here where I'm at, if you're not an elderly person, or if you're not a kid that's shortness of breath, you'll just be sitting in the lobby just waiting. To me, Conway Hospital, they'll have you in the grave before you can get back to the back to see what's really going on. But it was a scary moment for me, because when they checked my vitals and they hooked me up to the the blood pressure machine, my blood oxygen level was 90/35, and it was just a scary moment for me. Because I didn't know what was going on. I know that I was real lightheaded to the point where I was like getting ready to pass out, and it was just a lot, man. My mind was all over the place. I didn't know what was going on. Me seeing my blood pressure, and it's crazy because the nurse that took my vitals, you would think she would say something about my blood oxygen level being low. She ain't say nothing. She just made a facial expression. So I took it upon myself to lean forward to pretend like I was about to fix my shoe, to glance at the screen, and I saw my blood oxygen level for myself. And me personally, if I was a nurse, I would notify that person about their blood oxygen level being that low. To me, that was severely low. I've never went to a hospital and my blood oxygen level was 90/35. Never, ever. It's always, like maybe 105 over like maybe 70 something, or 135 over 89 or something like that. But I've never went to the hospital where my top number was 90, under 100, and the bottom number was under 80. Never have I ever been to a hospital that I've seen that. That was the first time that happened this week, and just seeing that, it had my mind all over the place. I was panicking. My mind was somewhere else. I was like, I don't know what's going on. Is this it? My mind was just all over the place. So after we've been to several hospitals, and they couldn't tell us what was going on, I just began to keep my faith, pray about it, because I was told that if it was my time, the nurse can't help you, the doctor can't help you. The only person that know what's going on is the Lord. So I just went and prayed about it, you know, just trying to make sure that everything's okay. Because when I tell y'all I was nervous. I didn't know what was going on. My body was so weak and so tired. I've been going to the hospital almost every day last week except for, I think, 2 days. And, you know, they couldn't tell me what was going on. So they discharged me. I get home and I'm start feeling the same thing all over again the next day. You know, and they kept saying, oh, maybe it's just your anxiety. Maybe it's just your anxiety. I know I have a history of anxiety, but I know what anxiety feel like, and it wasn't that. You know what I'm saying? I just think the hospitals that I went to was just trying to justify off of previous times that I went throughout the week, and they was just telling me, you know, oh, it's just your anxiety. And what really pissed me off was when I was paying close attention. You know how when the doctors come in and they be like, oh, you know, you got this going on with you, you got that going on with you, so we're gonna prescribe you this. Mind y'all, when I went to the hospital, I never told them nothing about anxiety, right? I never told them nothing about anxiety. This doctor comes back in and say, I wrote you a prescription for hydroxyzine, and I wrote you a prescription for Flexeril. So when he said hydroxyzine, and he said, I wrote you a prescription for hydroxyzine for your anxiety, I said, you know, hydroxyzine, I already have that at the house. Mind y'all, I didn't go to the hospital for anxiety. I never went to the hospital for anxiety. So that alone, that doctor was in the wrong for even prescribing me something that I didn't even go to the hospital for. I have that. And if I knew it was my anxiety, I would have took it before I went. You get what I'm saying? So I'm like, you know, I asked the nurse, I said, why did he prescribe me hydroxyzine if I didn't come in for anxiety? And she, you know, she was like, oh, I was like, can you call the doctor back in here? And she says, oh, he's probably gone now because he was supposed to leave at 10. So you meaning to tell me this doctor couldn't find no diagnosis for me? So he decided he wanted to diagnose me with anxiety that I was already diagnosed with 2 months ago? Come on, man. You know, that's why they say be careful. Y'all gotta really pay attention to these doctors, because they'll just prescribe you anything and just think that's the problem. And it's not the problem. These people did chest x-rays. They did you know, checking my lungs and all that stuff, checking my heart, EKG, all this kind of stuff. They never found out the problem. So we decided to go to another hospital. That hospital was able to find the problem. Before they found the problem, they was like, you know, well, it's too early to tell. If you start having any other symptoms, just come back, right? So, like 2 days after I left from that hospital that told me that they found something going on, I started having other symptoms. And when I say other symptoms, I started having pain in my upper back, pain in my lower abdominal area, you know. So they was like, have you ever had kidney stones? I said, no, ma'am, I ain't never had kidney stones. Have you ever had, you know, ovarian cysts? I said, no, I ain't never had ovarian cysts either. And she was like, okay, well, have you had anything going on with your gallbladder? Have you had your gallbladder removed? I said, no, ma'am. And she was like, have you had any surgeries in the past? And I told her about the surgery of me having endometriosis. So when I said endometriosis, all of them was thinking, oh, maybe it's just, you know, she might have an ovarian cyst, or her endometriosis may have just spread it throughout her body. Endometriosis is not a deadly disease, guys. I just want everybody to know that. It's just it's a disease that attacks the uterus area to where it makes them high risk to have children, all right? excuse me. I had a stomach infection and a UTI, right? UTI is when a female hold their pee for a long time, which I didn't think I had that, but you know, that's what they say. Oh, you got a UTI, okay. That UTI came from me holding my pee. And I do that a lot, all the time, which I need to stop doing because I only have one kidney, and that's where the pain and stuff started coming in my back and my upper back. So he prescribed me Flexeril for that, right? Then when they went to check my heart, he was like, they didn't give you, they didn't prescribe you any antibiotic or anything. And I said no. After they had diagnosed me with a viral infection, which is an upper respiratory infection from being around people that's sick. If you have asthma, then you know what bronchitis and upper respiratory infection does to you. So you would think when they told me I had a viral infection, they would have gave me some antibiotics to help clear it up. They did not. So the symptoms got worse. That's why I was feeling the way I was feeling for a whole 2 weeks. I had a viral infection. They didn't give me no antibiotics for it. They kept saying, oh, everything's fine. They didn't give me nothing for it. So this doctor, a young doctor, guys, a young doctor, man. And when I say he young, this man took his time. He made sure that they was going to find what they needed to find for me before we left, because of how many times I've been to the hospital trying to figure out what was going on. So he checked me real good, and he was like, have you ever had a heart murmur? I said no. He said, okay, that's what I'm picking up right now. You have a heart murmur, which is causing your heart to beat irregular, and sometimes that can cause the shortness of breath. So if you have your blood flowing to your heart and it's you got thick blood flow, that's why they tell you to drink a lot of water. If you have thick blood flow, it causes you to have a heart murmur, which makes the heart beat irregular. So my heart just beating irregular. It's going. Your heart's supposed to go boom, 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 boom. My heart going boom, 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 boom. You know, that's how mine is going. So they diagnosed me with a heart murmur. You know, so I'm like, okay, is that something that I should be worried about? You know, such and such. And he said a heart murmur is not really necessarily something that you need to be worried about unless it start causing more problems. So, you know, when he said that, I was like, oh, okay, you know. So he said, we're going to give you some antibiotics, and we're going to write you a prescription for, what did he give me? A muscle relaxer, right? So when I tell y'all the heart murmur is caused from the UTI that I have, is the hospital that I went to first has waited so long to give me an antibiotic that it started spreading through my body, causing symptoms of irregular heartbeats, shortness of breath, all kind of stuff. That's why they tell y'all, if you find out you have an infection, you make sure that doctor prescribe you antibiotics, because if not, you're gonna have symptoms that you have not had ever. You know, so I was like, okay. And me having blood in my urine, I'm telling y'all this because, you know, y'all my fans, and I want y'all to know what's been really going on with me. Having blood in my urine, you know, I never thought of it being a UTI thing. I thought it was something dealing with my kidneys. Because I didn't know UTI caused you to have blood in your urine. I ain't never had that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never had that. So I didn't know. You know? So when he told me, I was like, oh, okay. You know, like that. But at the same time, when he was talking to me, you know, I was asking a lot of questions because I was concerned. But it was just a scary feeling, man. You know, it was just a scary feeling. And I thank God that I'm still here. That's the main thing. That's the only thing that my mind was focused on. I just thank God that I'm still here. It's a blessing to still be here. I'm grateful for life. And I meant what I said, man. If you sick, don't come around me. If you know you was sick and you know you still got a cold, don't come around me. I was just notified. That's why they say you learn new things every day. I was just notified by the doctor that if you have a common cold and you're coughing, right? If you have a common cold and you're coughing, that cough can linger around for 4 to 6 weeks after you getting better. That cough can still linger around. So if you're coughing and you don't have your mucus coming up, you're still contagious, if that makes sense. So when he told me that, I was like, yo, like, you know, I was like, man, that's crazy. I was like, man, that's crazy. I have never in my life known that you can get a common cold and still have the symptoms of that after it's already out of your system. So, you know, all of this to say, man, take care of your bodies, man. As you guys can see, I'm gonna show y'all what I've been taking every day, man. Ever since they told me about my immune system, man, I've been taking this every day. And I also had to change my diet. I can't eat no more fried foods. I can't eat no more, you know, sugary stuff. It's just doctor's orders. And if I want to continue to have myself to be healthy, I'm going to follow those doctor's orders. And I made it very loud and clear for friends, family, loved ones. I love everybody. I love y'all. But if you sick, please don't come around me. If you know you got kids that's sick at home, please don't come around me. Because speaking of the fact that I have a weak immune system, I just can't take that chance. You know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to let y'all know what was going on, man. You know, it's a blessing to still be here. It's a blessing for me to wake up today after being in and out of the hospital all week. I woke up today with a lot of energy, man. You know, I have a lot of energy. I'm thankful. I'm grateful. And I'm just still blessed to be here. Well, with that being said, I just wanted to let y'all know what was going on for the past 2 weeks and why I haven't been posting. Shoot, you know, I love y'all. Thank you for the ones that was checking up on me. I thank you for the ones that reached out to me. Your love, the love y'all showing me, it just makes my heart, you know, it makes me feel special. I love y'all for the heart, man. You know what I'm saying? But it's your girl T Simone. I love y'all, and I'm out. Peace.